Good morning. Things you must know. Very important. If you want to take part in the small shared dinners, today is your last day to sign up. It's on the sign-up table out in the lanai. If you're not here and you're online and you're coming back and you want to sign up, contact Linda Underwood. I recommend you sign up. It's absolutely one of the most fun things we do around here. Because it's a holiday week, this pretty slow in the week, although there are plenty of things to do on the back of your order of service. They're all listed. I just want to mention the food bank. People are in need now. Anytime you want to bring stuff, just drop it on the boxes on the lanai. And the other thing on here I wanted to mention is they're requesting suggestions for our Unsung Hero Award this year. So if there's somebody you think has been doing a great job, I suggest you contact Barbara Bearings and give her the information. And that's it for things to know. Sounding the singing bowl. Now, one of the things we've heard a lot about is that sometimes this doesn't make a really pretty noise. And that's because you need to have a flat hand. So let's think if I can do it right. I learned that from there's a musician, John McCutcheon, who plays about 150 different instruments. And he taught me how to do the singing bowl. Welcome. Welcome here to our beloved UCOV, Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Venice. If you are a seeker, welcome. If you have questions without answers, welcome. If you have answers without questions, welcome. If you are seeking people, welcome. If you need to avoid people, welcome. If you are willing to learn, welcome. If you are willing to share your knowledge, welcome. If you know about your past, welcome. If your past is not welcoming, welcome. You are welcome to share our path or show us a new possibility. You are welcome. Mary Ann will be lighting the chalice.
I'll be reading The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Many of you know the last part, but not the first. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gates, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
Thank you, Lisa. That was lovely. For much of our history, immigrant stories have been celebrated, but now they have been dishonored, as they have become scapegoats for various issues. I want to celebrate their stories. There is no part of our nation that has not been touched by our immigrant background. As Walt Whitman said, "These states are the amplest poem. Here is not merely a nation, but a teeming nation of nations." Of all the things that are happening in this country that disturb me, what is happening to the immigrant probably disturbs me the most. 71% of the current deportees have no criminal record. Immigrants are 17% of the US workforce, 25% of our doctors, 45% of the Fortune 500 founders, 30% of our caregivers. A significant portion of the US Nobel Prize winners are immigrants, with estimates suggesting around 30 or 40% of American laureates in science, chemistry, medicine, physics are foreign-born, and they've won a substantial share of the prizes, highlighting their vital role in the US innovation, with recent years showing even higher statistics. The years of 2023 through 2025, the winners of the Nobel Prizes were 50% of them were American immigrants. It used to be that politicians brag about their immigration past. Ted Cruz was frequently discussing his immigration parents, especially his Cuban father, making his story a central theme in his 2016 presidential run. He often shared the story of his father leaving Cuba in 1957, starting with little money to emphasize the American dream and opportunity. Our history of immigration is very strange. In the beginning, we invited people in with an open policy, a very laissez-faire approach. The Naturalization Act of 1790 talked about free white persons of good moral character. We had the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which started a thing which is now called paper sons, in which young males who were really not related to someone were allowed in the country because they pretended to be related to someone who was already here. The Immigration Act of 1917 expanded exclusions. There were literacy tests. And of course, we barred Asians. The Immigration Act of 1924 produced a quota system, and that was the time of the rise of the Ku Klux Klan, nativism, World War I, and the Red Scare. Quotas were set up based on who was already here. So it was very strange that there were countries that couldn't fill their quotas because their people had already come here and nobody else wanted to come. But people who just didn't happen to come here early enough were barred. Now we're barring people because of the color of their skin. And it really bothers me. So when I learned I was going to do this program, because I wanted to tell my story, which is an immigration story. I knew I needed to have a theme, so I decided, well, since this is something that really matters to me, that's what I would talk about, immigration. And now, if you rise, no, I left something, no. Yes, it is right, okay. The gathering hymn, My Life Flows On in Endless Song. Stand if you are willing and able. And now we have the offering. Yeah. Now, Amy has got a great tradition here in which she tells a joke because, as she says, giving should not hurt. And I looked for a joke. And I found a couple I really liked, but they weren't appropriate here. So, and if you want to hear them, after coffee hour, I'll tell them to you. So this is one of my favorite seasonal puns. I'm always looking for old hubcaps because there's nothing like chrome that I can serve my Eggs Benedict on, because there's nothing like chrome for the hollandaise. And we will collect our gifts now. Thank you. I see. Thank you for everything you give, your time, your money, your experience, your love. Now we will have celebrations and sorrows. As a community of human hands and human hearts, we come together here as we struggle with life's sorrows and celebrate life's joys. If you have something to share, please raise a hand. Tom, or Tony. We'll bring you a microphone. Please feel free to share.
Gene Spitzer. John is not here because his knee is interfering with his life. He's using a cane and limping, but he says it doesn't hurt if he doesn't move. So the doctor at the urgent care said, rest, but get up and move.
Okay, I'm Donna Schaefer, and today would have been my mother's 100th birthday, and I'm very proud that she was my mother, and I miss her a lot.
Hi, I'm John Van Camp, and the celebration I have is one that was really born here last year. The Social Justice Alliance of the Florida Suncoast just received their 501c3 status. It's been a long, with much encouragement and prodding from the board of directors, we finally have it. I'm going to be coming back sometime in January, but I'm going to plant the seed now. We have rented the Venice Convention Center, Community Center, for Saturday, March 28, where we're going to hold a major Save Our Democracy with the speakers and panels addressing immigration and free and fair elections and public education and whatever. So stay tuned. We'll come back for that.
My name is Karen Zaharanis. I used to come here, and I'm so glad I came back. The universe works in very strange ways. I moved away to a job. HOA fraud brought me back. So there's a reason that I'm back here, and I came here for the Christmas Eve service. Oh my goodness, it was like coming home. Please tell your friends this is such a safe place. That's exactly what I feel when I come here, a safe place. And I'll be singing again, so watch out. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Hope, and my husband Hunter and I are relatively recent, although I guess it's been 3 years on and off here. Anyway, I share the experience that my mother would have turned 100. It was actually on Thanksgiving, and she was a UU, and she would have loved this congregation. She was a very vibrant, active person, and I'm now going through Christmas for the very first time without her. And it comforts me to come here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Denny Fuller, and I'm happy to announce that there are only 362 shopping days until Christmas.
I have an immigration thought that I tell people quite often. We speak about we are all immigrants except the Native Americans. That is a mistake. What we call Native Americans or those Indians came over probably not from Russia, but from the Kontiki route, but in 6 or 8 different waves, of which the crew that we know, the Sioux and so on, are the last, not the first. And come to think of it, life did not begin in the Western Hemisphere, so we're all immigrants at some point.
Agreed.
Thanks. I'd like to welcome my wife and my caregiver, Robin. And I appreciate all the nice things that I've received and been given to by the church. Thank you, Richard. You're welcome.
Thank you.
This Christmas, I'm Roger Rowell. Bev and I went to California and we had an opportunity to visit our 100 plus, I don't know how old he is now, 100 plus neighbor in California. And at the same time, we got to visit a UU church on a, I don't know, you could almost call it a mountain, right? A mountaintop. And it was a great experience. And we always, when we travel, we often go to seek out the local Unitarian church. And I just wanted to encourage all of us to do that. It really gives you a sense of the fact that we are a far-flung, I don't know, I always search for the word, what we are, but, you know, but it really does give you a sense of the scale of our success.
I'm Linda Taylor, and I would hope you would hold in your thoughts or prayers my son-in-law, who was rushed to Boston Hospital in a snowstorm with a brain aneurysm.
Oh, so sorry.
I'd like to welcome Linda Underwood and Bill Dowling back from Cape Cod. Where are you? Where are you? There you are.
Welcome back. We've missed you both. They're so active here at UCOB.
May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern. May the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May those who are grieving be comforted, and those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed. May those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant. We will have 1 minute of meditation. Although I've been told we usually have about 18 seconds, I do want to give you this one quote, which is, I understand was, Mr. Rogers kept this quote in his pocket all of his life, and it's by Sister Mary Lou Kanaki. There isn't anyone you couldn't learn to love once you've heard their story. And we will now meditate. I can barely see that little red hand, but I think that was a minute. Mary Ann will do the first reading.
This is from Ronald Reagan. Are you sure about this? This is from his acceptance speech. This is a test of my speech. Acceptance speech for the Medal of Freedom Awards ceremony in January 19, 1989. Other countries may seek to compete with us, but in one vital area, as a beacon of freedom and opportunity that draws the people of the world, no country on earth comes close. This, I believe, is one of the most important sources of America's greatness. Since this is the last speech that I will give as president, I think it's fitting to have one final thought, an observation about a country which I love. It was stated best in a letter I received not long ago. A man wrote to me and said, "You can live in France, but you cannot become a Frenchman. You can go to live in Germany or Turkey or Japan, but you cannot become a German, a Turk, or Japanese. But anyone from any corner of the earth can come to live in America and become an American." I may cry. Yes, the torch of Lady Liberty symbolizes our freedom and represents our heritage, the compact with our parents, our grandparents, and our ancestors. It is that lady who gives us our great and special place in the world. For it's the great life force of each generation of new Americans that guarantees that America's triumph shall continue unsurpassed into the next century and beyond. Other countries may seek to compete with us, but in one vital area, as a beacon of freedom and opportunity that draws the people of the world, no country on earth comes close. This, I believe, is one of the most important sources of America's greatness. We lead the world because, unique among nations, we draw our people, our strength, from every country and every corner of the world. And by doing so, we continuously renew and enrich our nation. While other countries cling to a stale past, here in America, We breathe life into dreams. We create the future and the world. Our second reading is A Nation of Immigrants, written by John Fitzgerald Kennedy. On May 11th, 1831, Alexis de Tocqueville disembarked in the bustling harbor of New York City. He had crossed the ocean to try to understand the implications for European civilization of the new experiment in democracy. In the next 9 months, he traveled the length and breadth of the US in search of the essence of American life. Tocqueville was fascinated by what he saw. He marveled at the energy of the people who were building the new nation. And he was impressed most of all by the spirit of equality that pervaded the life and customs of the people. This commitment to equality was in striking contrast to the class-ridden society of Europe. All these European countries, he said, contained elements, if not the development of a complete democracy. Two causes led to this result. It may be said that on leaving the mother country, the emigrants had, in general, no notion of superiority over one another. The happy and powerful do not go into exile, and therefore there are no surer guarantees of equality among men of poverty and misfortune. What Alexis de Tocqueville saw in American society of immigrants, each of whom had begun life anew on an equal footing. This was the secret of America, a nation of people with a fresh memory of old traditions who dared to explore new frontiers, people eager to build lives for themselves in a spacious society that did not restrict freedom of choice and action. The wisest Americans have always understood the significance of the immigrant. Among the long train of abuses and usurpations, the framers of the Declaration of Independence charged the British monarch had restricted immigration. In his Thanksgiving Day proclamation of 1795, George Washington asked all Americans humbly and fervently to beseech the kind author of these blessings to render the country more and more a safe and propitious asylum for the unfortunate of other countries. Our centering hymn will be a video. This has nothing to do with immigration, but since it's the last Sunday of 2025, I think it seems appropriate to welcome the new year.
Down by sadness like a stone, we have yearned, we have sometimes felt so utterly alone. While we turn, we've been stricken by the wonder of it all, stricken down. We have sometimes felt so faint we want to fall, overcome, but all in all, I'd say this year in flight together has been fun. What say we make one more circle round the sun? We have raised our fists circle, one more circle, one more circle around the sun. Around the sun.
I just love him. Peter Mayer, for those of you who know, he also is our other favorite strong Blue Boat home is Peter Mayer. I met him at a GA in Tennessee many years ago. Just delightful, delightful. The hedge trimmer. So, how was your first week? You working out pretty good here, I would say. I see you're new to the country. Yeah. I was new here once. The beginning of the century I came. That's almost 50 years ago. I see, you need new shoes, though, if you're going to continue here. It's nice working for the Frankenbach and Sons. Of course, our boss here, that's the son. I worked for the real Mr. Frankenbach when I first started. He taught me how to trim the hedges. You have to climb that great big tall ladder. Now, you have to make sure you take care of that ladder. It's very important. It's your life in that ladder. I've been told that I'm going to teach you how to trim the hedges. Young Mr. Frankenbach thinks I'm getting too old for the job, and I will teach you. The biggest secret about trimming the hedges is, well, when they get real high like this, these 20-foot hedges around these big estates, you have to angle the bush just slightly enough so that they're narrow at the top so that the sun can get into the inside of the bush, because if the sun doesn't get in, the leaves start to die at the bottom, and the whole purpose of the hedge is gone. So you have to know that angle just right. Yeah, we're quitting early today. It's Saturday, I know that. It's a special day, though, is why we're quitting early. But we have to take care of the equipment, the ladders and the hoses and the shears. You see, today is a special day for me. I'm being named Man of the Year at Polish Hall. Me, Frank Pasłatowski, Man of the Year. You have to come. It's going to be a big celebration. Those shoes you're wearing now, you're going to have to get real boots. Those look like they'd be really good for dancing. So when you get home, I'd suggest you polish them up and come to the party, because we'll be dancing. You know how to do a polka? We're going to be doing the polka. All the ladies are down there at Polish Hall right now. They're making pierogies. Pierogies. You know, it's a lot like the raviolis they make in your country. You've been here only a short time, right? Yeah. I bet the war did some things to your country. You almost didn't recognize it, but things will be different here. So, next week, Jack Grokowski, he'll come with his truck. You buy yourself a good pair of work boots. You don't get any cheap thing, you get a good pair. He'll take $25 a week from you, and you get yourself some good boots. And you go down to the drugstore, and you get yourself some neat foot oil, and you work it right into that leather. those boots will last you a long time. And while you're there, get yourself some witch hazel so your hands get tough and you're not constantly bleeding from the work we're doing here. It's good work. When I came here, so many had to work in the potato fields. That's what this place was when I got here. It was mostly just potato fields. People didn't know that there are more potatoes grown here on Long Island than the entire state of Idaho. Potato farms. But me, I got a job here with Frank Back and Sons right away. I got to work these beautiful estates. This one right here, this is owned by the DuPont family. You know, they did a lot of things in the war. They made that nylon for all those parachutes so those boys could jump out of those planes. And they make all kinds of chemicals. And, hey, people live on these big estates. So you come to that party. They're making pierogies and cabbage and kabusta. And we'll dance the polka. Bring your family. You married? Good, good. Yeah, me, Michalina, I knew her in Poland. I asked her to marry me in Poland. She said no, because she was coming to America. She was here a while, and I followed her. And, well, I asked her here to marry me. She said in Poland, hell would have to freeze over before she'd marry me. But when I got here, I guess she found it pretty cold here, because she said yes. Children? What do you mean just girls? I have 8 daughters, 8, and 3 boys. Only one of the boys survived. Well, Frank survived. He survived the war, but he never got over it. He's in Pilgrim State over there. He doesn't talk. He doesn't talk to anybody. And well, Leon had this pain in his side, and we took him to the hospital. But, you know, we were just those old Polacks, and Dr. White told him to stop faking and go home. So we took him home. We got a phone call, though. Dr. Cancelleri, he said Dr. White had gone home, and we should bring Leon back to the hospital. It was really important, which we did. But his appendix had burst, and we were too late. Tom, though, he works in that new industry, television. He's a cameraman. But my 8 girls, God, I love my 8 girls. Virginia, that was the first one born here. We named her Virginia because that was the first child of the American settlers. That was her name. So we named our first daughter Virginia. She's married to Donald. Donald is the manager of the Mackay radio station. Oh, not that kind of radio. This is the kind of radio that monitors the ships at sea. Did a lot of work during the war. Mackay, you know, his daughter, he's a big, important man in communication. His daughter, she married Irving Berlin. You know Irving Berlin, God Bless America, White Christmas. He wasn't real happy when he married her. He said it was because she was so much younger than him, but no, because he was an immigrant, you know. But they seem very happy now, and Mr. Mackay, he's kind of gotten used to the whole thing. Irving Berlin. Well, Donald, he's now working with some guy named Van Allen. They're looking at something up in space. I'm not sure what it is, but it's interesting. And then Sophie, her husband, he has a saloon in New York. Babe, my baby, Elizabeth, she's married to a Tereski boy. He's the greenskeeper over there at Shinnecock, that big, fancy golf course. And then, of course, we have Edna, really Jadwiga. She has a daughter, just born, Pamela. She was my feisty one. She actually went to the golf course and demanded to allow girls to be caddies. They didn't do it, but she made the demand. She married Frank. Frank, well, his family's from where you're from. They came from Naples, but they've been here since the Civil War. Yeah, Frank, he's a good man. He works over there at the airplane manufacturing people, Grumman. They have that beautiful daughter, Pamela. Edna, we actually call, her name is Jadwiga, and we called her Yaja. We figure that when she went to school and she told them her name was Yaja, the teacher there wrote down Edna. So that's what everybody calls her now, Edna. I call her Yaja. She was the star of the basketball team in high school. I used to go to all the games. They would say over there, they would scream out, "Go, pussy!" That's what they called her. She was star. She loved her sports. She was star of the high school basketball team. They won the girls' basketball. They won the state championship. Yeah. I'm starting to get a lot of grandchildren now. So, you going to come to the party? We got to roll up these hoses over here, make sure they're clear. Mr. DuPont, he doesn't come very often. The family is here in the summer. I sometimes think maybe, these men, they should come out more often. They could watch what's really going on. So, you read? It's real important that you read. I tell all of my kids, reading is the most important thing you could do. You go down to Silver's drugstore, Silver's tobaccoist, and they have newspapers. They have newspapers from around the world. And if they don't have the newspaper from your hometown, they'll get it. They'll order it, you read it. You can read about what's happening downtown. It's good here. It's been good for me. We all got together. There's a big fancy church down on Hill Street. All the rich people go there. Our Lady of Jesus and Mary. So we got together, all of us, the Polish guys, and we built our old church, Our Lady of Poland. It's right over there by the train station, just across the street from Polish Hall. We built that ourselves. And pretty soon we're going to start building a school. And me, Man of the Year. Come on, we'll dance the polka and we'll have a good time. And it's just amazing. Old Mr. Frankenbach is coming. The son, the hospital benefit is over there. The rich people have that the same night. He'll go to that. His wife likes to go to those things. But Mr. Frankenbach, the real Mr. Frankenbach, he'll be at the party. We'll dance the polka. And don't forget, next week, you buy yourself those good boots. And I'll teach you how to trim a hedge. Hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of earth. Hold on to what you believe in, even if it is a tree which stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it is a long way from here. Hold on to my hand, even when I have gone away from you. I extinguish the chalice. Our closing hymn, Mary Ann Kerner will do.
In the late 19th and early 20th century, hundreds of thousands of Jewish families left Eastern Europe and the Russian Empire, escaping discrimination and poverty. One of these families fled the pogroms against the Jewish village of Tolochin, which is now in Belarus. Israel Isidore Bailin sailed to the United States on the SS Rhineland with his parents, a brother, and 5 sisters on September 14, 1893, passing the Statue of Liberty on the way to Ellis Island. There, his name was changed to Irving Berlin. A self-taught musician, Berlin went on to write both the words and music for hundreds and hundreds of songs, which formed the backbone of the Great American Songbook. Songs like Blue Skies, Easter Parade, There Was No Business Like Show Business, and on and on and on. Walter Cronkite said that he helped write the story of this country, capturing the best of who we are and the dreams that shape our lives. God Bless America was introduced by Kate Smith in 1938. Several years later, it became the second unofficial national anthem after America entered World War II. According to Berlin himself, he said, "It was not just a song, but an expression of my feeling for the country to which I owe what I have and what I am." I will sing the little-known introduction, followed by the song, and then invite you to join me. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America. Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Now everybody, please. God bless America,
by the poet Rumi. This, being human, is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Thank you. I'm over a key. Wrong key. All right. May love surround you with warm and arms. May love surround you and keep you from harm. And may you always continue to grow. May you find happiness wherever you go. May love surround you with warm and arms. May love surround you and keep you from harm. And may you always continue to grow. May you find happiness wherever you go. Happy New Year.